this is Jasmine, and this is a video about me and my channel. My name is Jasmine Selmer, and I am an artist, and I focus primarily on fantasy illustration and, well, basically all things fantasy. I love the genre, and I also do a little bit of like nature and a little bit of sci-fi, but you won't see that very much. Most of the YouTube videos that you see me upload here will just be fun things. I'm sharing stuff on YouTube just so that I can get my artwork out there and so that I have maybe some tutorials, I can help some people out, and I just want to share my stuff. You'll see a lot of things like sketchbook tours and challenges and doodles, and all of this is going to be in between larger illustrations because I really like to do large full-scale illustrations with multiple subjects and very detailed backgrounds, but those take a really long time. So in the meantime, I'm going to be uploading just a bunch of fun stuff to YouTube. I'll be uploading a video every Saturday. I'll also be uploading Monster Mondays. So Monster Mondays are where I take some kind of creature and I draw it every first Monday of the month. Monster Mondays are going to focus primarily on world building because I'm creating my own campaign setting I'm super excited about. It's going to be compatible with Pathfinder and Dungeons & Dragons 3.0, 3.5. Those are the ones that it's going to be compatible with, but it could be adapted to basically any D20 kind of system. So Monster Mondays are going to focus on creating creatures for that world, and it might be a mash of various different animals that I come up with my own creature, or it might be a monster that I already have and I've already written up and I just need a better illustration for it. So the videos could range from sketches and concept work to anything to full illustrations. And I mean, there's definitely going to be some full illustrations because eventually I'm going to turn this into a book of some sort. It's not very far in the works yet, but you'll see various uploads of mine that have to do with it. The races, the monsters, the geography, that kind of thing. Another type of video you'll see from me is my quick tips series. At the end of each month, I'm going to be doing just a small tutorial of some sort. These tutorials will range from short perspective tutorials to just quick bites of things like digitally painting fur or maybe traditionally painting fur, or chainmail, even like animals' paws, stuff like that. Just real quick, easy to digest tutorial bites. I really hope that you guys subscribe if you are interested in any of that kind of thing. If any of that sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you would subscribe. That would help me out so much. And check out my various tutorials, videos, series. But enough about those specific statistics. This is an about me video. So I'm going to talk a little bit about me. Okay, so what to say about me? Well, I guess I'm a huge nerd. I live in the Pacific Northwest, which is where I get a lot of my inspiration from the nature here. I grew up in the rainforest, so I love all things nature and animals. I also really love fantasy, and I've been a Dungeons & Dragons player for basically all of my life. My family played it, and I started quote-unquote playing the game when I was like 5 years old. So I'm huge into that, and that's one of the reasons for a lot of my creativity and my world, obviously. I'm currently employed full-time, but I try and make time for my art and following my passion, and I'm working towards becoming a full-time illustrator. The biggest way that anyone could help me out with that, if you have the funds and the inclination, would be my Patreon. Now, I don't keep any of my completed artworks behind a paywall on Patreon, but I do have various interesting reward tiers. My Patreon tiers are more reward-based, and they include things like commissions, being able to ask me for specific tutorials that I will do, prints sent to you in the mail each month, and a lot of other various stuff that all start from just $1. There's a whole range of rewards that you could get, and if you guys are interested in that, and again, only if you have the funds and you want to, you could go ahead and check out my Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll post it somewhere here. Now, even though you can cancel a Patreon subscription at any time, if you're just not into that subscription-based stuff, there's also my Redbubble. So if you see any of my artwork, or especially full illustrations that you really like, it's highly likely that I have them uploaded to various merchandise on my Redbubble. If you see something that you're like, wow, I would love to have that on a shirt, or even a print of that, it's very likely that my Redbubble has that. So I'll also leave a link to that in the description and somewhere here on the screen. You can also find me on other sites. I have a Twitter. I am not Jay-Z Fantasy Art there though. On my Twitter, I am at Jasmine Zelmer. My Twitter is where you can find general updates and sketches and artwork and, you know, all that kind of stuff, but also little snippets of, like, my life. I'm not the most active Twitter user, but I say things sometimes. Okay, back to Jay-Z Fantasy Art, my main handle, and that is my Instagram handle. Instagram is where you can find the very most sketches and works in progress of mine. I take photos when I'm sketching at work and that kind of thing, but I also share a lot of random photos. There's pictures of me on there, there's pictures of my cats, all kinds of stuff. You can also find me on Tumblr, Jay-Z Fantasy Art, and my Tumblr is a place that I mostly only post finished artworks, but I do post some sketches there, and Tumblr is the place where you might find a little bit of NSFW work. And that's pretty much the only place you'll find that. So my other big website is my website, jzfantasyart.com. There you can find my portfolio. You can have access to any of the World of Seraph stuff, and that is my campaign setting. So anything that I have finalized, like races, classes, statistics, any of that kind of stuff, you can find any of that there, as well as links to all of my other social media. I also have a contact page if you want to contact me directly about something. I have a sketchbook page that includes most of my sketches, the stuff I'm more happy with. And I also have a freebies page where if I make things like line art for you guys to color and, you know, any of that kind of stuff, I'll upload there and people can just download it and do whatever they want with it. But all in all, I think that is about it. Another place that you may someday find me is various conventions. I plan on attending a bunch of them in the future, and I would love to see anybody there that's interested in my channel or this kind of stuff. But if I do attend any, I will definitely let you guys know in a video, an announcement, something. But for now, I think that's it for this video, so thanks for stopping by.